Wise going live. Wise going live. Going live. Yeah. Going live. Wise going live. Yeah. Going live. Wise going live. Yeah, we elevate the game. Tech in my mind, innovation in my veins. Turn the mic up. Let the vision arrive with creativity meets technology. Wise going live. Yeah, we elevate the game. Tech in my mind, innovation in my veins. Turn the mic up. Let the vision arrive with creativity meets technology. Wise going live. Step in the room, it's creation in motion. AI and ideas, pure devotion. From the code to the cloud, we thrive. It's more than a stream, it's a state of mind. Wise going live. Purpose on display, lighting up the world in a brand new way. Plug in your dreams, let your spark survive. We breaking the limits. What's going live?
And the best and the greatest day to be alive is today. And welcome to Wise Going Live. Family, we're going to have an amazing live today. I tell you right now, you don't want to miss a thing. So you want to tune in because we got this special guest, this professional photographer that's going to talk about his life journey. You know, he exposed some stuff to me that actually brightened my life. So I definitely want to make sure y'all get exposed to this amazing man because I tell you right now, he'll be dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. So we thank everybody. You know, if you it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe. You know, hit the like button and definitely share. You know, we want to make sure we share it to the community, especially we're dealing with the art of photography. And as I mentioned before, being a photographer, I figure, you know, another way to be able to help others was actually talk about the camera that's in your pocket that dealing with your smartphones. So with that being said, we're going to have an amazing time. We're going to show you some things. Let me give you a little taste of what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to bring this on the stage real quick. I'm going to let you know, can you tell the difference between which photo is actually taken from a digital camera, a professional digital camera, or the one that actually took it for the smartphone? You know, we're going to discuss that. We want to hear from you. So you definitely hit the comments and let me know which one you think. You know, it's which one you think is it's the smartphone, or is it B? You know, let me know in the comments. We won't visit these in a little bit. So with that being said, I want to get an opportunity to actually bring this amazing man of God on stage. I tell you right there, man, this brother right here, I mean, he truly is a gift from the heavens. So they're going to bring him on the stage. That's Eric L. Harrison. Let me bring you on the stage, brother, real quick. And boom, there we go. We're going to go ahead and do this format. There we go. How you doing today, brother? How you feeling?
Doing well. Hope you are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm doing good, man. And man, I tell you, man, family, I just wanted to let you know, this brother invited me to this amazing place in Greensboro, North Carolina. And it was truly a great experience. I wish I could stay a little longer. I had some obligations the next following day. But man, that time I spent there was so amazing. And that was the Continental Club in Greensboro. But the thing is, one of the reasons why I brought you here, Eric, is they actually talk about your experience in photography, the art of photography, how I look at it, and how that the art of photography led you to being there at the Continental, because it was a journey for your photography experience. Then it's a journey to get there. And you told me a little bit of that story, and I want you to be able to bless people of how you can use your gift to make room for you. So, brother, the microphone is yours.
Well, the first thing I would say, I got to say a big thank you to a gentleman called Preston Wise. He reached out to me on Instagram after seeing some of my work and invited me to have a show there. And you're familiar, 100 Men in Black.
Yes.
That's what I chose to feature. And so it was about a 10 photo set of pictures, black and white pictures from 100 Men in Black over the years. But I didn't want to, it was pictures of my brothers. I wanted to display it. I wanted to honor them. I wanted to show, my main thrust for that is showing men and specifically black men, in a positive light, because a lot of stuff gets thrown at us. And so
Come on
as
now.
we are being positive in this group for many years, singing together, having concerts, raising funds, giving out scholarships, going to soup kitchens to perform, from that on to having performed at Times Warner and Arena at NBA games for the national anthem years ago in Charlotte, to going up to Yale for their Martin Luther King event, for their Black History Month event. That was my main thrust. And so I kind of combined the two. And some of the brothers came out, Marlon came out, Stuart came out to bless me on that. But then with that, Preston pressed me further. He said, I want you to do a show, but you're going to put things up for sale this time. He was like, that was nice.
Ooh.
And I'd never done that before, and that was more of I was a little apprehensive, so I did it. And within a couple of nights, he sold a photo of mine I took of New York City bridges. It's a 2-picture set of New York City bridges. And one thing parlayed into the next. Turns out the gentleman who bought that is Michael Roberto. He's a retired history professor from A&T.
Okay.
So first meeting with him was seeing a picture of him holding my photo online, and it was sold when I wasn't even there. I didn't even do anything. Preston sold the image. And so come to find out, he's a percussionist.
Okay.
And that's how I found out they're doing live jazz and live R&B music there. So he invited me out to a performance of that. So I started coming out to that. That got me out taking pictures, got to meet and become friends with the owner. Well, friends is strong, but he's a very supportive. I don't want to but the owner of the Continental Club.
He's a friend, man.
Okay, Eric Robert, really nice guy. And he got to meet a few of the singers. David let me play around on the mic. Nina Johnson is one of the performers. And Nisha, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting the last name. The young lady that was there that night singing. And Nisha was there. But Nina also let me on the mic a couple times, let me play around. And then they just took me in. Now I walk in, there's a brother named Lynn Woods on saxophone and keys. And we Brother Woods. We always greet each other now. And I try to make it out there for just a little promo, a little plug, to support the place. Tuesdays and Thursday nights are the 2 nights they have performances, R&B night. They're 8 o'clock, the music starts. Tuesday and Thursday, second Thursdays and fourth Thursdays. Let me get that right. Second Thursdays, fourth Thursdays, they have live R&B music there at 8 o'clock, and it's a good time. You saw, invited you, and I go to listen to the music, take pictures while I'm there, and then that ended up with me being invited to sing in a production of another group that I didn't even know about. And I've sung in Latin and German back in New York, doing more classical pieces along with gospel. But here, the first time I got to sing in French, they had a Bastille Day event. So I got to sing live with them on Saturday night, 2 songs, 1 in French. And that went so well that the owner wants us to come back. And also the lady Stephanie, oh man, I should have her name. Maybe we can put it in the comments after. But Stephanie, who runs the production company that does the music, she's rented a space in Greensboro. We're going to have a formal event where we're going to rerun the concert there next month. Here in March. So I'm kind of excited about that. So it's just funny how just one thing led into all from him reaching out to me on Instagram. And between you and me, I'm kind of apprehensive about, I'm online, but when people reach out to me, I'm like, all right, who are you? What do you want?
Yes, I'm the same way.
And so, but glad I opened up and got, then another gentleman, I got to meet a talented photographer now. I do call him a friend, Cesar Molina. He came out that night. The first show I had, he was like, yeah, can't wait to meet you. And I was like, who are you? That night, and we have hung out quite a few times. And he's one I told you about, got me into going on the low ride shows and taking portraits and pictures there. So got to meet a nice little village there in Greensboro, just from one person reaching out to. That's why, a lot of people disparage social media, but I say everything has a good and a bad side. If you use it right, if you're wise about it, you can make some real connections that have real meaning to them.
Oh yeah, man. With that saying, man, they dropped the 24K. Indeed. Come on now. And I love it. Say that one more time, bro.
Like I worked your name in instead of be wise about it. But anyway, let's move on.
Yeah. You were smooth with that. You seen that? I mean, why? You know, I heard you saying. That's why I had to drop the 24 karat gold bars because you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. And I want to bring something because on top of my mind, you said you sung that in French.
Yes.
You sung one song in French.
Yes.
And my question to you is, did you learn French in like when you was in high school? Because you was in New York. I think you're in New York, or that's something later on you took on.
So saying them, I did not learn them. I
Ooh.
will, but there's for Latin and German, we learned them phonetically, and I did the same here. I took the lyrics I had and I took it upon myself to translate them and make sure I found out the proper pronunciations. And then I created, and then I gave the phonetic pronunciations to Stephanie, and she created a music sheet integrating the phonetics of mine, because I did not want to go there and butcher.
Yes.
I want to go there and butcher the French the French language. So after I confirmed that, I did find the proper pronunciations, and that's what I rehearsed with. That's what I practiced with.
Okay, that's good to know. And that again, that's another art. And all this started because of a photo, you know what I'm saying? Photos that you took and the connection from a photo. You know what I'm saying? As being a photographer, it communicates. It's not just, we sometimes forget that our gifts, and especially with photography, we, you know, most of us now got phones and stuff like that. We take pictures and stuff. But being willing, like you said, the good and bad, a whole lot of people take photos, and that's fine, you know, of themselves or situation. But if you use it and actually capture the beauty of this world, the people of this world, you never know what the connection you make. When you share something, then you said somebody, you know, somebody did a print. You wasn't there, but somebody sold the print for you, but the connection actually brought it back to you. You get what I'm saying? Then from there, you able to use your other gift of singing. Since you and you're able to sing. See, I didn't know you're singing in another language. So the thing is, you know, I'm thinking, okay, singing, you know, English. No, you did it in a different language, but you had to learn. But you were so much of a professional and an artist in a creative that you're like, I'm not gonna butcher it, I'm gonna sing it properly. You know what I'm saying? And I just love the journey of that. And the thing is, you're not scared to meet people and learn the opportunity from them. So you could say, "No, man, I'm good. You know, I'm just gonna do this right on the side, take a few shots." No, you open yourself up for other opportunities, and I think that's so amazing, bro. It encouraging me because, like I said, when you say, "Hey," I said I want to, and I reached out to you and said, "Man," I said I want to do. I remember the therapy session we had a talk back when I have a podcast, an interview podcast, a while ago, and you said, photography at therapy, and that stuck with me. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and call brothers I can hang out with. That's positive. That I can go ahead and work myself back up to where I was actually before. And when I went there, and me and my wife had to share experience with me, and we went there, man, it felt so good. You know what I'm saying? It was people, everybody, you know what I'm saying? All general races were there just to enjoy a moment in time with great music.
So important to get out. And there's a lot of people say touch grass. It's like not sit behind these screens all the time, taking in things that are force fed to us. And we talked about this before, but I personally think that a large part of the problem for some is that they forget to create. They spend too much time consuming. It's like when you consume, you're basically taking in what other people want to feed you. But when you go out and create, you get to go out and you look for things. And that's what, we mentioned this before the last time we spoke. But, how photography basically, for me, anyway, my experience, it forces me to look for, beauty hiding in amongst the mundane. It's like it's so easy to look by it. But when you have a camera, you're trying to frame it. It's like you start to see things differently. And then you start looking into beauty and you realize that, and then when you do that, you share the pictures and then you realize that there's a community out there, and with everything, I jokingly always say there's two types of photographers. There's the blowhard know-it-alls that I want to run away from. But then there's the salt of the earth people I can spend and I could talk to for hours, who just are about the craft and not about, we mentioned earlier.
Yes.
we did a versus here, but you and I both know it's not really a versus. It's a, like I said, run what you brung, use what you have, create with what you have. You know, what you have is good enough right now. And it's like, if you choose to upgrade, you choose to change up, that's fine. There's something to be done. And I like this format that you have. It's a show, like you said, that, you know, you can create with what you already have in your pocket right now. You don't have to wait. There's no barrier.
Correct. And I love that. I love that. Like I say, use what you have right now. You use what you have. You don't have to wait for the $3,000 digital camera, you know what I'm saying, even though you have a nice one. But you know what I'm saying, but we had a discussion before. We're gonna come back to this conversation. But you just told me, hey, I just took this amazing photo with a $33 camera, film camera. You know what I'm saying? It just using the moment, capturing the moment, and have the creativity to be able to use what you have. And so with that being said, I want to do a little pause. I'm gonna go to the comment field real quick and see anything's in the comments for anybody. My lovely wife, they said, I'm living unchanged with Lakeisha. There you go, girl. I said, I love that photo right there. She said, welcome to Why It's Going Live. And sure you share. Yeah, people, make sure you share. Make sure you comment, you know. So definitely. And then she put here, then she got the amazing L Woods here. So, you know, thank you, babe, for actually putting that into the amazing comments. So people, this opportunity here to use this platform to ask questions if you choose to. But we're going to show you some stuff that, you know, that's, I think, will be very beneficial. One thing I want to touch upon before I go into some photos that we actually took at the event was the whole idea of you a type of person that you, like you said, you know, so if you have it right up to that moment, you take a picture, you're not stuck to one brand. Some people, hey, I'm a Sony man. I am a Canon man. You know, I'm a Nikon man. Tell me your approach for photography by just dealing with equipment and the mindset I believe most creators should have. When I think, you know, and just your opinion, of course, but, you know, what we should enlighten ourselves to when we come to the art of photography.
Well, I think, first of all, I mean, my personal opinion for most people's photography, yes, there's specialized people who need high-end video, high-end, you know, sports, low light, late, you know, astrophotography, things like that. Yes, there are specialized wildlife photography, birding, stuff like that. They're specialized, but for most people, I believe we've kind of passed the technology threshold a few years ago. Like I told you right now, I just take Sony because I'm familiar with Sony. But they have a camera with the Sony A7 III. It came out years ago now. And I showed you some of the pictures I took, some Harlem stranger portraits I took in New York City. And the camera did just fine. That's what we need. But we got to watch when we read these articles, when we watch these YouTube videos. They always trying to tell you, like, oh, you bought that last year, that's trash now. You got to upgrade. This is the new model out. And it's just not true. Like you said, you have a Canon 5D Mark II. That's fine for anything you need.
Correct.
Go buy the latest and great. That's fine. That's what I tell people all the time. Is like, but we don't have to get into. And like I said, if anybody starts talking like Sony versus Nikon, I will leave the chat. It's like, I'm just not interested in having that conversation. I really am not. I've tried just for fun, my own personal preference. I've run through every brand. I think Phase 1 is the only one. I've tried Leica. I've used Hasselblad film cameras, that is. I've used Pentax, I used Sony, I used Canon, I've used Nikon. I've owned all of them and could make do with all of them. And my preferences have nothing to do with the technology or the capabilities of the cameras. It's just that mirrorless is kind of the go-to platform now. Sony jumped full frame first. They allowed other people to make lenses. And so right now I have Sony cameras, but I don't have any Sony lenses, because the other manufacturers stepped up and made really good value options for less money. And that's why I go with that. So whenever it comes to me, so I shoot Nikon because great. I shoot Canon, great, fantastic. Panasonic, Leica. I'm not gonna second guess anybody. That's why even when I put in I put on all my comments and all my blog posts when I review something or try something out. It's like most anything can be used as a viable option nowadays. So it's concentrate on the creation more than the tool that's being used, you know.
Come on now.
And, you know, practice that, and it really doesn't matter what you use. I mean, I've even like used some cameras. Like for a while, I stopped using them. I had a couple of Sigma cameras, DP.
Oh, wow.
Sigma DP2 Quattro and a Sigma SD Quattro. They had a foveon sensor. If you had, they tried to emulate film where instead of having an array, they captured the color array in layers, and so they captured the full color on all three. But that slowed the camera down. There's no video. The camera becomes it becomes so hot you can't hold a burn through battery. Inefficient. It's slow, but I almost liked it because it made me slow down. Because there's a flip side. You and I talked about this. I went to an event one time, and the cameras I had on me were so efficient. It was a church event, and I was like, "Oh man, okay, I need some." I had a short zoom and I had a long zoom. Yeah, I got to get some crowd reaction pics because the preacher's up, making it, preaching the word, lifting the people, motivating people. And I stood up, literally, even at the hip. I looked at it because with the eye, the text, click, 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 and I turned around and sat down. And I thought about it for a moment, like that was the most soulless experience. Like I wasn't involved.
Soulless.
I was not involved in that process at all. That's why it's like, you'll see me run around, and most of the time I got a manual focus lens left on my camera, even though it has autofocus. It's like I like enjoying the moment. I like being a part of it. But again, when I take photos, family photos, I took one where it was their sons, families, their grandbabies. They don't care about my artistic intentions. Mama wants pictures of her babies, and so I do need click, 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 click. So it's like everything has a purpose. You know what I mean? But it's like I don't really get caught up in it other than that.
Yeah, it's different when you all getting paid for a service. You get paid for a service, you had to get a product out. Then it's the different when you are a creative and you want to use the artistic part of it. Because it's been stuff. A lot of people like me, I want to use the artistic, so I'll go out and I'll take photos, and it's the way I handle photos with a paid client is totally different mindset than I have when I want to take pictures of my own. Because like you said, you slow down. Those who understand the art of photography want to slow down. You want to capture the right angle. You want to capture the right light. You want to make the adjustment so you can catch, to make the picture as authentic but as unique to the touch as possible. But like you say, you got the baby shower, and the mother one, just pictures everything, of the family or whatever it is, you concentrate on just getting the shots. You can go ahead and get your client what to do. Yes, you think about the creativity of it and give the people the best moments out of the photos. But it's totally different when you're able to actually chill. You mentioned the thing when you took the car show, when you went to the car, I believe it was the car show, and you took, and you took the amazing. Was that what camera do you use for those shots at the car show? And you can see a lot of this on his Instagram. You won't get the information before we leave this live today. But what camera do you use for that?
It's an odd rig. I use mostly for car shows a medium format camera called a 50R. Okay. It was their first camera. It's many years old. And that's my point right there. That camera, that was their first one. I forgot how many years ago. It was at least, I think, like 6 years ago. I think it came. Okay. But I don't even use manual focus and lens on it most of the time. I adapt what I have adapted to it, what I love to look. I tried out different lenses. I shoot an old film SLR lens on the front of it that I adapt to it. It's a Minolta Rocar 58 millimeter f1.2.
Come on now.
That I shoot with it, and it's like, and I just love the experience, and I love the experience of shooting with it, and I love the images that come out of it, and that's what I mainly use. And of course, they have some really great glass native also when I want the images, but 80-90% of the time, that's what I'm using, the manual focus lens.
Right, cool. See, I'm telling you, you're gonna give your Instagram page and your website before we leave. I want people to actually see your photography and they're willing to actually connect with you because you're an amazing man, brother. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna span into some of the photos that you took at this amazing event at the Continental Club. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up some photos right now. Before we can do this, family, I'm gonna do this one more time. Let me bring this one up since it's a live thought that came to my head. I'm gonna bring this up to the stage real quick. All right, so I'm gonna go to the first one. I want y'all guys to hit the comments. Tell me which one do you believe that is from the smartphone and which one is from the digital camera. So saying A or B, just put that in the comment what you think. I love to hear from you from this first set of photos. I love to hear from you, even you doing a replay later on. Just let me know from this point now what you think. And then also this photo right here. Which one you think is from the smartphone? Which one you think is from the actual camera? I know Eric already know automatically because, you know, he took the picture. But I think if you have a keen eye, you can almost tell. So what we're going to do is I'm going to transition over now until, in case y'all guys put your hands in now. Okay, I hope you did. If not, we're moving forward. Bam. This right here. I thought this was an amazing photo. Reason why, because you were able to capture the Continental stump, the wording off of the metal door. And also the moment. And also you see the mannequin that's also standing in the back. It actually framed the shot. Because a lot of people are like, you know what, I don't want to have, but actually the mannequin actually with the uplighting to go behind the mannequin. You know, you see the details in that. I love the framing of the shot. So I got two things from you. So two things I want to ask from you for this. Why do you chose black and white? I love black and white. Why do you choose black and white to actually frame, to actually demonstrate that? And what was your thought when you took this photo right here?
The black and white is a simple one. I love the Continental Club. The Air Corps is fantastic, but their lighting is a photographer's nemesis. They have like pretty harsh red and blue lighting in there. And if you're not careful, pretty much everybody looks alien if you shoot. So I like the transition. Like I'll send you the color picture in the background one day that I took you with your wife. You'll see why. But yeah, and it fits the mood. You know, music and black and white imagery, monochrome imagery just seems to go hand in hand. My goals with this picture there were 5 things I wanted to get when I took this shot. I wanted the mannequin to frame, to also kind of give a wink and a nod to the fact that there's an artist space behind them. This is not just a music venue. I wanted to get the branding of the Continental Club in the background out of focus. I wanted to get a profile of Chris Robinson's face as he was concentrating. I was trying to time it to get his fingers as they lay on the piano. And lastly, 5th, I wanted to try to get the entire width of the keyboard in the shot to kind of convey the moment. And so I kind of framed it in my mind's eye first and then tried to move and navigate myself to get to where I could capture all those elements in one shot.
And exactly how you just explained it is how it came out, because you capture everything with the wording of the Continental Club. Then the musician, what's the musician name again? Because he was amazing. Chris Robinson, Mr. Chris Robinson. He was amazing. And I truly enjoyed his gift. It truly is the gift, how he was playing the white obbies and the keyboards. And I thought it was an amazing shot. And this right here this right here is some pictures that you have on Instagram. So people can go there and actually see this stuff on Instagram. So I'm going to go to the next one. And this one you're talking about, this is the man who actually got you invited. You can tell the story with that. Tell the story about this amazing man, but also the reason why you took this shot.
I wanted him framed by his instruments. So for him to focus in the middle, his bongos in front of him, his drums in front of him, the cowbell, the cymbal, that is all. I'm not sure. What do you call those? What do you call those, Johnson? On the right there. The chimes.
The chimes, right?
Yeah. And also the mirror in the background, reflecting the club behind him. But I wanted him clearly in focus, concentrating on his task. And you can't really tell because it's blocked by the drum, but he was mid strike during this piece and catch him in action and concentrating. The funny part is he's a very gregarious, funny, silly. And when I introduced you to him, he was laughing and joking.
Yes.
But when he's in the zone, he's very serious about what he's doing. And I wanted to capture that.
And you did. You captured the seriousness. And I love how the camera caught this right here, because it actually took the microphone stand out of frame, even though that was the closest thing to you. The clarity of the individual, because like you said, it framed him, even though he had objects in front of him and surrounding him. Like I said, framing is everything, family. If you see this in a grid, you'll see him that that body will be in the grid. He won't be in the middle. He'll be part of the grid. But your eyes is curving towards him because he is the center of attention. Even though he had these amazing instruments around him, he didn't blend in, but he actually stood out. And as you mentioned about the color thing earlier, I'm going to share some photos later on showing you how the color of the club works. So we're going to go to the next amazing photo. This right here, I thought right there, just, amazing, amazing photo. So again, Eric, what was your thoughts when you took this one?
It is funny because when we talk about a lot of times, especially with musicians, people tend to cycle and they go through the same motions as they're singing and hitting different parts of the songs, rises, crescendos, slow tempo, fast tempo. And I noticed that when the song got to a certain tempo, this is a pose that was struck. And I waited patiently until it came around again and worked the time. And another cheat, honestly, is I take multiple captures because that's a trick. Not really a trick, but that's a tool I use with people who are speaking, singing, because we all know you take one shot, you think you got it. One eye's closed, mouth is curled in a direction.
Exactly.
And eye out of focus, eyes maybe crossed for a second. It's like, so you take a burst, and this is one of the ones I called out at the right time to try to get the right mood of the expression while she's singing.
Come on now, and look at the framing of it, family. Look at the framing of that and the emotion. She's singing out to the crowd. It ain't nothing better than a black and white. If you really can do a black and white photo, I mean, it just tell a story like a timeless piece. This right here can look like it can be, today as far as back even in the 1930s. You know what I'm saying? You really can't tell a difference. You know what I'm saying? You just know that's artistry, and it was just an amazing photo. And then we have one more right here. Now you can give me a thought process, how you decided this photo. What's your thought process on this individual right here?
Same thing again. This time I chose to center him, but I wanted to. This is where normally, like I said, I would have brought. I think I told you this. I used to bring prime lenses here before, and I switched to a zoom simply because I wanted to be able to switch. I don't want to miss a moment. I want to be able to twist of the wrist, go from near to far. Simply, so I put the artistry aside so I could reach folks and capture them where they were. And I just wanted to capture him as he was playing the saxophone without disturbing him, without running around, without causing a disturbance to everybody else. To capture in the middle of the statue, behind the piano, that is keyboard, but also trying to capture this concentration on his face as he is playing. And this gentleman's name is Lynn Woods. This is my fellow brother Woods. I'm trying to get Nisha's name is Nisha Music, is what she's on Instagram.
Nisha Music.
Nishah Music. Nisha Music. I cannot remember her last name, but she's a very talented artist. The other one is Nina Johnson. I think hers is Nina J Music, I believe, on Instagram. But just phenomenal talent right here, local. Yeah, Nina J Music. Nina J Music is the other NINA-J Music. Just want to give them a shout out. And I think I captured the whole band that night. That was Chris Robinson on piano, Lynn Woods, keyboard, saxophone, Michael Roberto on percussion, and that night Nisha Music on the mic.
And so the question is, for that place, do they change out musicians? They had different musicians throughout the month, or
musicians? That core group you saw is the core three that play.
Okay.
And Chris will show up. Since I've been going, Chris will be there every week, every Thursday, second and fourth Thursday. Christopher Robinson, Lynn Woods, and Michael will all be there.
Okay.
Other people have come. Gentleman came and played the bass. He's saying I did not catch his name, but he was amazing. And they alternate. I think it's Nisha on the second Thursday, and it will be Nina Johnson on the fourth Thursday. So the vocalist switches up. So
okay, the vocalist do switch up, which she's amazing. So I'm looking forward to see the other amazing talents that
both
come up.
Amazing. They are both. Both amazing. And like I said, a lot of times, the first time I went, and Josh, you probably had the same experience that I had. I was like, this gem is hiding like literally in my backyard. There was a quality of music there that, you know, I would put up against anybody, anywhere. They were just amazing musicians. And to see that locally and to see them being celebrated and the crowds, I see them slowly getting larger and larger, which is making me happy. And I wanted to contribute. Like, I go there to shoot pictures. And I give them to the owner. And Eric uses them in promotions for the club and on social media. I give it to them gladly. I try to get at least one video of them performing a song. And Nina Johnson used one of my videos to promote her singing on one of her pages, because that's the easy way. I'm there. I'm taking pictures. I'm enjoying myself. Why not bless them?
That's giving back. That's giving back.
Let's send them share folders after it's over with.
See, that's beautiful, and that's giving back. Not everything is about actually trying to, you know, cash in to make money. Sometimes it's okay to be able to share the experience so it can elevate somebody else and their talents and the recognition there. And I love that you said that. So, you know what? I'm just taking pictures of it. Why not help promote them? Why not? Like you say, you promoted, you have brought me out there. I didn't see the pictures of it, anything. I just trust you because I know you as a photographer that, you know, saying you got great quality taste in photography and art of photography, and I love that. And like I said, me and my wife would definitely be back again just for the experience. And I might bring a few more of my toys just to make sure I take some pictures. I might do like you do and donate and see that help. So with that being said, family, we're gonna keep on with the live. I want to show you what Eric would talk about as far as the color of the event. So we're gonna bring this on stage real quick. This right here is the front of the Continental. I took this one with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and this is right here is unedited right here. And the one thing the iPhone would do is going to catch the color. So I like this one because it actually caught the color of the environment. And you'll see once we get inside, we're talking about the other colors. And this door is the Continental, and I love the way that the color. Like I said, I didn't create it. With me, I like to edit and finalize stuff, but I just took this is the regular picture that I took away from the iPhone 17 with this picture. All right, inside of here, this right here is a photo of my wife before everything got started, before everything got going. So, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like you can start seeing the colors start getting increased and how things got like before everything got pointed down and changed over. Able to get a nice little picture of her real quick. So, you know, my lovely wife right there. Now, this what he's talking about, the colors. This was from the iPhone 17. When the lights came down, the blue, to the natural eye, it's beautiful.
Right.
It's amazing how our eyes incorporate, I guess you say, colors. It looks so amazing to the naked eye. But when you're trying to do it as a photographer, it can, like I said, the concentration of the blues and reds are real deep. And that's the photo I took when, you know, that is amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm getting bad with names too. Patterson, Chris, no, you didn't say Chris. Chris Robinson. Yeah. Chris Robinson. That's the gentleman right here. And then the lady is Nina. So,
sorry, Nisha. This is Nisha.
Nisha.
I apologize.
And this right here was taken with the Samsung Ultra. So, you know, a little bit more different, capture more detail. While I realized from my smartphones that the Samsung in the low light situation did caught more detail. It actually picked up a little more light. It's a little bit lighter than what I got from the iPhone, but definitely from the Samsung, I got more detail. It caught more detail of the person. And then right here is where I went right back to the iPhone. And then, like I said, the enriched color, caught all the enriched colors. And I just focused on her. But if you look past the microphone stand when they got Mr. Woods, you barely can see him, but he evaporated in color and definitely in the blue light. And you barely can see the statue because it actually took on the blue and the red light. Mm-hmm. All right. This is right here. I was trying to do this thing where Eric, I went ahead and made into a melatonin black and white right here. And this caught when we called Miss Nina, I think he said Nisha.
Niche.
And this is a beautiful photo right here. And this right here was taken with the amazing iPhone. But like I said, it looked better in black and white. It did in color. Then this is outside, using the Samsung. Me and my wife right here captured ourselves outside. So you see the color separation wasn't as strong, but at the same time it captured more light. In my experience, and, even though my daily driver is an Apple device because I just do more than just do photography, it's just all in one tool for me. But the experience with the Samsung was much more appreciated from the standpoint of a club experience for me taking the pictures, because I able to use the pro settings and also use the raw settings that's easier to reach using the Samsung phones.
Yeah.
And you can get more detailed photos easier and quicker than me just mess around the settings with the iPhone. Even though we had to show how we can update that, I just have a better experience using the Samsungs. So as you saw there with the photos, fam, that the colors, I mean, if I'm gonna show you another photo in the second, family. The colors, it could be a photographer nightmare. But if you're creative, I kind of like the colors because I thought it was amazing. And I'm going to share this with you before we wrap up the show, and we're going to share some information with you. I have this one right here I'm going to bring on stage. And bring this on stage real quick if I'm able to. Let me see. Remove. They asked me to remove and bring it back on before you present. Let me move this one. Then we're going to do it now. All right. This is one right here that me and my wife took together right here. And you see how the club play, when he's talking about the shades of blues and shades of red. I love this photo. For me as an artist, that's perfect for me because I love the colors. I'm a colorful person these days. So, so I love the imagery, but into the natural eye, it looked kind of crazy. So what I decided to do, fam, was I went to Gemini. And I put in, I upload the photo. I say, create an image, right? Change this photo to a black and white portrait style, keeping the scene and looking like the photo came from a Canon R5. So with that being said, I went ahead and did that, and bam, it took that, and that was made it. It went ahead and get so much details. I said, oh man, they even pick up the little spots on little moles right there, saying took all the color out. Now, granted, it did own imaging and it kept the scene of the event, but added a little bit more detail. I think it's more realistic. But I do love this as a black and white photo. So, but that's the thing with AI. Back in the day when I was trying to do it with Photoshop, it would take a mighty effort just to change the color tone to get things back. But the amazing thing, if you do like a photo, you can use the power of Gemini, use the power of ChatGPT, those tools just for photos that you want to make some correction of a photo that you want to use. And my wife loved black and white, so I went ahead and gave that to her. She said, "Oh, I love this black and white." So and even though I kind of like the color one myself, she was amused with the black and white. So there's some other things you guys should do. Eric?
Oh no, I was going to say, can I show you something real quick? There was a time where we had an opening. My day job is I'm a project manager for UNC hospitals. One of the projects I had a couple of years ago was I was one of the 2 IT managers for opening up the UNC Surgical Center. So if you go to UNC Hospital, you'll see the main hospital, you see the cancer center open on the right. There will be a brand new building, biggest building on the campus. I think it's the biggest building on any UNC campus. Surgical Hospital on the left. I was the IT project manager for that building coming up from scratch. So at the grand opening, my director asked me to take, because you get a little bit of reputation. I know you know how this is.
Yes.
Take some pictures. That day, for some reason, I had my camera in my bag. I didn't feel like taking it out. I took the whole day with my phone. It was a Samsung S25 Ultra, and I thought about it today when I was about this, and it's like these are images from all of these are with a phone using. Let me see if I can share real quick. Mind if I share?
Yes, you can. Do you get the option? Let me see. You get the option too. Let me make sure you can. Present. Can you present? Invite guests. Guess. Hold on 1 second. No. Guess. It's a very.
Here we go.
You should be able to screen.
Yeah, there we
You
go.
You got it.
So all of these were taken with my Samsung at the time, and even
There we
these.
go.
And these here were taken with a 10 times optical zoom. I was nowhere near him for this event, and I was a president of a hospital at the time. And these are all the luminaries that came out to speak. But it's like you said, I felt it would have felt odd for me because I work with a lot of people there, for me to be pulling out a huge camera, and I knew my phone could do the job, and so it was a perfect opportunity to use the tool I had
Correct.
available to me. This ribbon
That's
cutting,
beautiful.
and these are our IT executives, and these are interior shots of the new hospital using a wide angle here, all the phone.
Beautiful.
And one of my favorites is the surgical. Yeah, the new surgical
Oh, I love that.
is there, the open house for everybody. But yeah, and again, this just to your point, Johnston, is like use what you have. Use what you have. And I gave these to them, and they used it, at work.
I'll use them too.
Yeah,
Those are beautiful photos, man. And that was saying, use what you have in your pocket. You don't have to have the $3,000, $4,000 mid frame. It's a mid frame camera and all this stuff like that. Or use what you have. Just understand the ability to frame a photo and and capture the moment. We're gonna share some more tricks in the upcoming episodes how you can take some quicker, I guess you say, snap photos and everything like that. I'm gonna share that with you. But use what you have in your pocket. And I love what Eric he mentioned before. He said, I took a picture, man, the Coca-Cola sign, man, and I'll use a $33 camera, film camera. You know what I'm saying? Got film still. People still use film. And actually you can get more amazing. Yes, you have to pay for the processing. Let you have your own studio and stuff. You say no?
No, I developed my own film. I took the pictures yesterday and developed the film yesterday.
Wow. So do you have a black room? It doesn't require that these days.
You only need that if you're going to print to paper. For film, you just need to get the film from the canister into, they have daylight tanks where basically you can develop it in broad daylight once you get the film in the tank. I have a whole post explaining both. I wrote a black and white one for KEH.com when I was a contributing writer for KEH.com. And I also wrote one for color development. But yeah, if you want to, I can show you the picture. Wow.
Yeah, please bring it up, man. This was all about, man. I'm sitting here learning too. I'm inspired.
So here is the $33 camera I got yesterday.
You go ahead and bring on stage
with a $50 lens on the front, so 85 all in. I paid almost more for the batteries than I did for the camera. And these are shots I took yesterday walking around Mebane.
Oh man,
that's my favorite.
That right there. That street photography. You can't get wrong with that street photography.
$33 camera, $50 lens. And had a great time. Went home. The developer is like $30, $35, and I can develop up to. I usually get about 15 rolls of film out of it, where it normally would be like $5 a roll. And so once I get all the equipment to develop with, because to be honest with you, if I had to pay to have all my film developed, I honestly wouldn't. No offense to Southeastern Camera, but if I had to pay to develop my own film, I probably wouldn't be shooting film because it would be cost prohibitive. Because black and white is $10 to develop. You don't get it immediately, and $10 to scan. Color is $5 to develop, $10 to scan. So you're either talking 20 a roll in addition to the film for black and white, 15 a roll for color, where I can develop my own film. These are all film shots taken yesterday.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And family, that what we call the art of photography. It's just getting out there, just taking the pictures and learning the method. I'm not going to, you said you have a blog that actually tell you how to, I guess the word is to process the film.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see, bring it up real quick.
So we're gonna, I'm gonna definitely link it. I'm going to link this into the description, family, so y'all guys can go ahead and check out. You're going to see some more information from Eric as well, but definitely link that so you can be able to process it yourself. We're not gatekeeping here. We want y'all guys to be a better version of yourself by using the technology that's available for you.
And that's my kit right there. No, that little tank right here. I don't know if you see it. But right next to this, that's a water temperature thing, $99, which is a one-time expense for color. You don't even need it for black and white. I developed, speaking of which, this is a black and white roll of film. I'll show when we come back tonight. But yeah, this is, I went out and shot a roll before I even started here. But yeah, this is a whole blog post where I go through the whole process, even give a shopping list, give a few videos. And at the end, I give a shopping list to get you started. And I have another one for black and white that I wrote for KEH. Yeah. And this right here is a roll of film I shot this evening and developed right before I got on here.
How long do you actually keep the film? You just keep it, it doesn't go bad, right? That film is one of them things. I know they said back in the day, exposure, you can't have that much light to it. But I'm not sure.
Well, the last step when you develop is called a fixer. But basically, it'll stop it from developing. So you can stop from being sensitive to light. This is the last step. I fix it. And so, yeah, once I take that out, but I don't keep them. There's a lot of people who catalog all their negatives. I'll be honest with you. I shoot too much film. There's no way in the world I can keep track. So once I scan it, that's my archive. The scan negative is my archive. And here's my scanner back here. Bought it once a few years ago. And free 99 to me to scan my own film. And now that I have it, and I've easily paid for that years ago, just with the cost of scanning, $10 a roll, and I've countless rolls of film I've shot since then. So easily I paid for it. I mean, I've done just this week alone. I've shot already. This is Thursday. I've already shot 4 rolls of film this week.
Wow. And do you prefer D-Day, do you prefer to shoot with film more than using digital?
That's my preference. Digital is a convenience to me, and like I said, that's why I had to start developing my own. Well, to me, I had to develop because it would like just there alone. I shot a roll of black and white tonight. That would have been $20, and I shot 3 rolls of color. That would have been $45 out of my pocket. So that would have been $65 just in development, cost. Where I didn't have any of that expense because I had to develop my own film.
Don't talk about. Yeah, we definitely need we're gonna get the blog post and share the information so the community be able to use it. And actually maybe get me to the point I started trying to use film because since I started photography back in 2020, I got serious with it in 2023. And that when the digital cameras really came out, and I went ahead and just jumped on the digital bandwagon, and I've been on there ever since. Yeah. So because the convenience.
But for me, the thing is like it's not for everybody. But for me, the whole process, even the simple thing there, there's a film lead pull where you sit there, you put it up to your ear, where you wait for it to click, and then pull the film lead out. Every part of the process is just therapeutic to me. And then when you're sitting there mixing film, you can't be thinking about anything else. All this stuff that the phone throws at your face, you can't be thinking about that. I did develop black and white film tonight. It's like, all right, so that's 4 minutes. I done shot 5 rolls. That means I got to have 15 seconds for each roll. That means I got to expose it. I got to develop it for 5 minutes and 15 seconds, agitate it for 30 seconds, and then 10 seconds every minute. And that's all I'm thinking about when I'm doing it. Get done with it, rinse it for 5 minutes, pull the roll out, look at the film, marvel at, luckily that the actual negatives came out. And there's something about it, because you don't know. You hope, but you don't know until you pull that film out of the tank that whether you got any images or not. It's just, I don't know. It's a dopamine hit when you pull that roll out of the tank and you see that you actually got some images. That's one of the simple joys of life right there. And then to scan them, and when you scan it and see that, okay, I thought it came out on that little image, but it actually did come out as an image. It's just something about it. It's just very therapeutic for me, because it's not for everyone. And it's, if you develop your own if you stay to black and white and you develop your own film, I argue it can be less expensive than digital, because like I told you, I paid $33 for that camera. $40. Yeah, they got cameras out here that $500,000, $200,000, $2,000. You want to get a Leica, you're talking, I sent a film Leica the other day, selling for $10,000 used. But you get out here with a $30 camera, $40 lens, buy a pack of film, $20 for a 3-pack of film. and then you develop it yourself. I don't know. It's just a good time to me.
Hey man, I had to learn that good time because the thing about creative, this what this show is about. This show is about how where creativity meet technology. It doesn't have to be the latest and greatest. It can be the technology of the past. Along that it give you the result, and you feel like you are satisfied, or you feel like I call that feeling inside. It's that satisfied, you satisfied and say, you know what. I feel complete within myself. That's all it counts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That even what you're doing with your smartphone, film camera, digital camera, you know what I'm saying? Panoramic, wherever device you want to do. If you just want to sit there and just want to doodle and draw, wherever the technology is to be creative, I'm all for it. Eric, I appreciate your time. I know we're getting late, and I ain't gonna try to keep up. We can talk for hours on this. And yes, sir.
This is one, and you got me thinking about this. Remember, I told you about how you had a 5D Mark II. I recently had a 5D because I literally went just as a game, and I was like, what is the least expensive SLR I can get, and with a lens? Because I already had a lens that was about $50, and so I went and bought a 5D, the OG, older than yours. And these are the images, and like you said with AI, and these were high grain. They had a lot of grain in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was able to clean it up with AI and Lightroom.
Look at that.
And I had a ball shooting with that camera. That's what I'm saying. It's like it doesn't have to be the latest and greatest. There's plenty of ways to get at it and get out there. I love this shot.
Family, he's the master of street photography. He won't say it. I don't say it for him. He is the master of street photography. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing. You and I talked about it. You said, let's go out and shoot. It's like I bring the camera where I'm going. I tend to not worry too much about trying to figure out places to shoot. Or, well, like tonight, when I want to kill a roll of film, I have places that's the thing. Find places that interest you. Like I'll run to downtown Durham. I'll run to downtown Greensboro and just take a walk and get out in the world. Walk around and just kill a roll. I call it killing a roll of film. That's what I even say to my wife. I'm like, I'll be right back, knowing I'm having to kill a roll of film. She's like, all right, be safe. Kill a roll of film.
Yeah, I know.
Look for enough things to get 36 pictures and then come home and develop it. But yeah, that's it. And it helps a lot to clear the mind.
Yeah, hey, I believe yes, it does. It cleared the mind. That was saying I lost, as I mentioned in the early episode, I lost the love of photography, and my wife encouraged me to get back in it, and now I'm starting to love the idea of going out and taking pictures and going out and doing other things with it. And listening to you inspired me. You know what? I can easily get a film camera or get another camera or try something else. So the thing is, I just like using different technologies, not just my iPhone, but I can use my Canon. If not, then, hey, maybe I can try with this camera and see what the artistic effect it comes out to be. At the end of the day, I call it the art of photography. And, and beauty is the eye of the beholder, and just share the experience with others and hoping to encourage them to actually use that technology more.
Because for me, the images are the bonus. I've got a point now where I shoot more for the experience, to get out, to get to talk to people, get to know people. When I actually get images, now that's a little pressure. That's why I started bringing. You notice I used to bring my artistic cameras to the Continental Club, but then I took a few pictures and messed up, and people were like, "Oh man, can you come back and take more photos?" I'm like, now I got expectations. I actually need to produce something. So that's when I pivoted to my more, standard pictures. But the pictures are the gravy. That's what I always say. It's like the experience and getting to meet people and getting out there, getting out in the world is the main thing for me.
And I see that, and I would say, get out, people, go out there and shoot, and go out there, and meet other folks. You never know what opportunity will come your way. Eric, you haven't showed people earlier, but let people know how to get in contact with you, and also how they can see your amazing photography.
Okay, I make it easy. It's all eWoods Photo, EWOODS Photo. That's Instagram. That's that's my website, ewoodsPhoto.com. And from there, you can get to pretty much everything else that I have. Facebook, Eric L. Woods Photography. But yeah, it's easy. I'm fortunate that, or you want to go, even if you like Google Eric Woods and KEH, you should be able to find my KEH articles where I wrote for them for a couple of years. But yeah, that's it.
All right. And family, you know, you won't be a stranger, Eric. We're gonna be having another episode, so we're gonna be getting together again. Like you said, you know, kill film. We said kill a roll film.
But one last
I want to
thing,
tell my wife in there. I
let's
tell my
talk.
wife. I don't tell my wife. I'm going with Eric kill roll film. So you know, she knows what the deal is as well. So we definitely appreciate your time. But I want you back on the show again. We're gonna do some more showing and actually talk about photos and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I want to share the love and family. You can do stuff. You can do it with $33 film camera, or you can do it straight from your for the phone that's in your pocket. So we appreciate everybody being on the live, Eric. We thank you for your time, and I'm gonna be seeing you soon. We'll be making that trip back up to Greensboro again to definitely check out the amazing artists there, and I'm gonna hopefully I can catch you up there performing as well. So.
Hey, Eric said he's going to have a show with me. He wants to give me both a night on both sides. He wants to have my photography on one side and me singing on the other side. So we'll see if that actually happens, though. We'll see if that actually happens, but that'll be cool.
It's going to happen now. Hey, I'm planning to be there to be able to check it out as well. So, brother, we appreciate your time. We thank you. Family, we thank you for being on the live. Definitely go and definitely subscribe, hit the like button, and definitely share. I'm going to share one more thing with your family, then we're going to go ahead and then we're going to call it the night. And that is, I'm going to go ahead. If folks, y'all want to know more about how to get do photography, know about strategy, AI design, websites, you can go visit my website, wisechoicemedia.us, and you'll find out how to use the power AI for your media company. So you definitely go there. We build websites, we take photos, we do whatever you need for the creative space you need to be able to help your guys out. Like I said, we got our my wife got our podcast. We do amazing photos with that, and definitely go there and check out. If you want know more about me, you can go to wiseisgoinglive.com, and you'll see the amazing photo of me there at the beginning. If you're interested in my book entitled Where, you can click and get a copy there. And there's some reviews there. You can check the reviews out. Then also you want to know a little bit more about me and get the information there, how you can connect with me as well. Then as you see this amazing episode we did today, amazing Eric Wood, I tell you, man, you definitely want to bring this brother back. Then more information about me and things I have done in the past. So definitely go to wisegoinglive.com. All right, family. You know what we are about to say on this end of this episode. Love is the action word while you're taking the time to love yourself. Make sure you show love to someone else. And we see you on the next live or Wise Going Live. So family, take care and peace.